No, naughty. You're being naughty right now, Miss Minty. Stop it. Here we go. It only took me a couple tries, but we got there in the end. But welcome in. Oh my gosh. I had my hand cam all perfect, and then Minty came along and she was like, I need to walk right here, right now, because I love you so much and I am so annoying and I love you so much. Have I mentioned that I love you? So I didn't have as oh, I was gonna wear gloves, that's right. Because my hands are a bit gross because Minty was biting me just now. Because I was telling her to get off the table. Okay. So this is more scuff than I would like to do, but I'm wearing a summery version of my more wintry model because I used my winter model art in the thumbnail because, you know, it was cute, had a background, and I thought it would look cute as a tarot card. Oh my god, I literally had my camera perfect and now my cat. She's so annoying. Have I ever mentioned that I have the most annoying cat in the world? Because I do. Uh, Minty, you are being annoying. I know you're being annoying. But welcome in, everybody. Let's just try taking this from the top. Maybe that'll make me a bit easier. But hello, welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful. Yeah, no, 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll get it. We'll get it right. Oh my god, my neck breaks on this model. I never knew that because I guess the yeah. Okay, that's okay. It's a bit spooky. It's kind of for Halloween. Because I guess I just never, because I had to go into VTube Studio to edit out my jacket because I was like, oh, that's my winter model. Why would I want to take my jacket off? I look naked without it. And when I was editing in VTube Studio, the amount of times I accidentally took the bodice off. And there is actually flesh underneath the bodice. um, but yeah, let's just have a lovely day today. I overslept, so I didn't have time to prepare because ideally this would have been. There you go, Miafa. Here's your ghosty woasty. But yes, ideally this would have been an afternoon stream, but I overslept this morning and I have errands I need to run because my mum and I were like last night, we're like, okay, we need to stop it. Stop chewing on things. Minty is right here, by the way. That's why I keep talking to her. I'm not just addressing Ghost. But my mum was like, okay, we need to get these errands done because you need your money back. And I'm like, I agree. I would also like my money back. So I decided instead of putting a time limit on you guys in the afternoon, I was like, I'll just do it in the morning. But because I've had to do it in the morning, I haven't had like any time to prepare. Like, I have barely any room on the dining table. You know, with my laptop. I've got my scrapbooking stuff as well here. I guess I'll do that like this afternoon maybe because I forced myself to do more writing yesterday. I didn't finish my script, but you know, stuff happens. That's like the only way I can put it. Stuff happens. This could work. Oh, I'm so serious. I had it perfect before Minty came and ruined it, but this is honestly, this is kind of better. Oh my god, that is not stable though. Black thing, by the way, is my laptop. Oops. Looks like Minty is not the only one who is ruining things. Stop chewing on things. What is the obsession with plastic, young woman? Okay, it's time. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Do you want to say hi to everyone? Because I haven't been able to properly introduce anything this today because of you. Aren't you comfy sitting on? I don't even know what that is. One of Mum's things. And do you want to look at the camera? Do you want to say hi to everyone? You just look at the camera and say hi to everyone. Yes, that's my drink bottle. It is also plastic. But yeah, I just want to yak. Oh my god. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, it is a bit like that. Why can you see like all of the texture in my gloves? Oh my god, you guys can see like all the texture underneath the gloves. Um, yeah, I had the camera all set up and then Minty ruined it. Now I can't replicate what I did. I just want to have a happy Halloween and a blessed Beltane. Aside from like just me complaining about how things are already going wrong at like 9:51 in the morning. That's like all I have to say. But yeah, I'm wearing a summary version of my winter model right now. So my shoulders look weirdly naked. Um, my head keeps coming off my model. Uh, God, I am literally the best rigger of all time. Have you guys ever heard me say that I'm the best rigger of all time? Because I literally am. Um, yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and get this bloody camera sorted, and then I'm gonna do like a spread for myself to kind of get into the rhythm of things. I've chosen my most difficult deck to use as well this morning because I love you guys and think you guys deserve it because cats are cute. Aren't they, Minty? Aren't cats adorable? Aren't cats adorable? Yes, cats are adorable. So that's what I want to do today. I want to do some tarot readings. Because I do have limited space, I'm not entirely sure I'm offering the Celtic Cross option anymore. But I'll be real, I don't really see myself getting any subs this this stream. But I mean, if you guys want to torture me, I guess you can pay like $8. I think that's how much a sub's worth these days, at least in Australian dollars. Okay, let's try and get this show back on the road. Okay. My little hand cam stand is not good. The fact that it's like competing with some chords is probably not helping as well. Yeah. We will get there eventually. See, the Logitech cam was good because it was a bit wider, so it sat in my like thing a bit better because it's meant for phones, not webcams. Like, do I have anything else I can use? Like, do you do it? No, you do not do it. Yes, man, who would have thought my $15 phone stand is shit? Do I have like anything else I can use? Um, why is the inside of your ear orange, sweetie? Minty was a good girl last night. She did sleep on my bed, and she didn't sleep on my bed in a way that was like obstructive to me. um, although in the morning when she wanted to wake me up at 8:30, she did bite me. But I'm like, you know what? At 8:30, you've deserved it, Queen. Not at 7:30, but at 8:30, sure. Um, just want something tall and stable. I don't really have anything like that. Because I've put my laptop, if my camera looks a bit weird, it's because normally it's like eye level or below with me. Now it's eye level or above with me because I've put my laptop on top of my scrapbooking supplies because I was like, I need more room. And I don't know, during the baking stream, I noticed that I liked how my model looked a bit better with the webcam. Was like at eye level or higher than me, but like I'm lazy. I'm gonna just stream from the lounge. Hey Minty, you gonna be a little kaiju again? I had some weird dreams last night, by the way. Like I dreamt Kiara and Raura from Hololive made out in my high school gymnasium whilst like mid-concert. So that was cool. Um, hey sweetie. Okay. Minty has not quite left the building, but she's possibly given us some more room. Okay. I also had a dream that my uncle moved to like a um oh my god, we're almost perfect there. Okay. Like these isn't a spread, by the way, these are just random cards that fell out. I need a chat, obviously. Do I have like any smaller tarot cards maybe? I don't think I do. Like I think these would genuinely be the smallest tarot cards I own. Like if I just had I'll be right back. Okay, can you guys still hear me? You can. Perfect. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. So let's shuffle some cards. So these are my Tarot of Pagan Cats by Madalena Mathena and Lola Aragaki. I'm sorry, I don't know Italian. I'm sorry. This is just like a deck divider basically. So it doesn't need to be shuffled yet. This is what they look like from the back. Where did I buy these? It was so many years ago now. It was like in some hippie shop, on like the beach, maybe in Newcastle. That sounds somewhat accurate. I'm really bad at shuffling with gloves on, but trust me, my hands are so scungy and gross right now. You don't want to see them. Like I'm a chronic nail biter, and like I said, Minty was biting me earlier, so I've got bite marks on me now. Because she loves me so much, she'll have a nibble. Um, I'm not doing like anything in particular. I'm just doing my usual. Tarot card spread is 3 cards. Love, luck, life. Kind of just 3 card pool. You get like a problem or a challenge. You'll get something to represent you, and then usually something that represents like your social life in some capacity. I'm not shuffling very well today because, again, I'm not used to using gloves. There we go. And also, I'm also trying to shuffle in a way that you guys can see and watch, so it's a bit difficult. Especially because, again, I don't have the best hand cam setup. But, like, I'm too inept, basically, to figure out something, an alternative. I think that's as good as it's gonna get, shuffling-wise. So, love, luck, life. Oh, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands loves me. I feel like I get the Ten of Wands like at an above average rate in my spreads. Like I used to do like a daily pull back during like COVID, and I swear to God, every other day I'd pull that card, and I'm like, well, that's fun. So we've got the Ten of Wands. I think this is the Empress. I have to double check because this is why the cards are hardest to read because I have to kind of just guess off the Roman numerals. We've got the Ten of Wands, I believe is the Empress, and then the Eight of Pentacles. I'm very rusty, so I don't know what any of that means. Okay. So, start with... Okay, I need the Ten of Pentacles, please. Most of my little booklet is in Italian. Where is the Pentacles? Okay. Oh, this is so difficult. Oh yes, I was correct by the way. Yeah, this is the Empress. Yay, I know some of my major arcana. Look, I think this is also why I really like this spread tarot cards because it literally starts, Mary, meet my dear readers. I will do that actually. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, working carefully. So we've got working carefully with the Empress and unpleasant or unfortunate circumstances. I have the major tarot, please. I don't really understand why they intersperse the Italian with... Okay, there we go. This is a time of great abundance and wonderful creativity. Good energy abounds and is available for you to use and enjoy. Okay, so love, luck, life. So in my love spot, we've got... I've already forgotten what it was. I've already forgotten what it was, chat. I am the worst tarot reader. I am the worst. I just had it. Eight of Pentacles. Working carefully. Okay, so we've got working carefully, abundance and creativity, and unpleasant circumstances. Well, this being in my life, love, luck, love, luck, life. Yeah, this one being in my life spread is not surprising to me. Like, I've had the rockiest, the worst October. It's just been a schmozzle. It's been everywhere, so that is not surprising to me. But through my love of that if I work carefully, I can take advantage of the energy produced by the Empress card and hopefully overcome my October challenges. And since it is Beltane today, so that is the renewal, the rebirth. So this feels like, as rocky as a card this is, it feels like it's saying it's gonna be over. You're gonna reach the house and you'll have plenty of firewood, you'll have plenty of energy to do what you need, and you're going to do it well. Doing things well is also really, really important because I do have like deadlines and stuff that I need to not be a sloppy little ferret about. But yeah. There's a... See, I don't really know what this... I'm trying to see what the A spread is and like how you would read it. Major Arcana. Maybe it's in the back of the... Oh, here we go. There we go, I found it. Okay. I'm going to try and do the Pentacle spread because unless anyone really wants a reading right now, I can just keep doing for myself. But otherwise, start lining up in chat. I don't know if my playing with viewers bot is working again. I didn't have the time to do as much as I would have liked in preparation for this stream. But if you want to to have a reading. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Otherwise, I'm going to try my hand at a pentacle spread for myself. Okay. So the intentions that you put into your shuffling is also matters. So the message or answer from the divine, how this will affect your intellectual life, your spiritual life, emotional life, and physical life. Okay. So it's basically a fancier way of doing what I just did with more cards. So that's cool. So I think about what I want to achieve during the spring renewal of Beltane. If you were in the Northern Hemisphere, you are currently experiencing Samhain. So that's cool. Welcome in, Ghibli Pilot. Finally able to catch a stream again. You're welcome. I'm glad you're here as well. I haven't been able to stream as much. If you Like, I had a really rough October, and we're going to find out what November holds for me. I'm going to embrace the new change of spring. I'm going to have a blessed Beltane, and you are all going to have a hallowed Samhain. So I'm just shuffling these in the worst way possible because I'm wearing gloves, because, you know, it's what VTubers do, but also, look, do you guys... Okay, you guys can barely see it, but there is like a scratch mark here, so it's like I just have bad skin, and I'm embarrassed about that. Okay, so I'm overcoming my October challenges. I'm embracing the Eight of Pentacles, the Empress, and of course the Ten of Wands. I'm overcoming challenges with good, studious hard work to embrace creative energy. Now I'm doing a Pentacle spread, and I'm going to find out how that interacts with my Beltane, which is the period of growth and renewal. Okay, so I think I've shuffled this as well as I can in my gloves. Okay, so card 1, card, oh, why does it do that? Oh, because it's a pentacle, of course. Card 3, card 4, and card 5. Is it? Yeah. It doesn't quite look how it should. Okay. So, we have some cards in reverse this time. Fascinating. So card 1, the message from the divine is the Nine of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. Being surprised by events. So the divine wants me to know that I'm going to be surprised by the turn of events. Well, immediately I'm thinking of something of a couple of things that could apply to, because I want to quit my job. I want to quit my job. I want to, Moe, quit my job. So hopefully being surprised by results, I feel like I'm expecting the worst. I haven't put out any applications yet, but I've started to like think about how I'm gonna do it. Like I've looked at a couple jobs online, so I feel like that could be it, but who knows? Maybe there's something else. We haven't looked at the other cards yet. Okay. Which one was card number 2? This one. We have the Fool. Is this the Fool? No, that cannot be the Fool. Maybe no, I could be cooking. Yes, I'm correct. This is the Fool in reverse. So the Fool in reverse means making a foolish choice. So this is how it's going to affect my intellectual life. Fabulous! I love tarot reading. It's so fun. I love tarot reading. Okay, so the Fool is, of course, making the foolish decision. So I'm going to be surprised by a turn of events, but I'm going to make a foolish decision, and it's going to make me look like an idiot. I'm going to be walking around my dick out. I'm going to have egg on my head. Whatever euphemism you prefer, that is probably what's going to happen. Okay. Which one's card number 3 again? This one. So this is the star. The star. Yes. XVII. Yes, the star. I know my tarot symbolism. I know my tarot symbolism. Fuck. I had it. Okay. So it's upright. So that means guidance, serenity, hope that is soft, gentle, yet amazingly powerful. Refreshment, cleansing, healing, and renewed faith are at hand. Wow, the star is like. So this is my spiritual life. I am up and down with how Catholic I am on any given day. So maybe, but the fact that I'm doing tarot cards again, I didn't mention this, but was it during October? I feel like it might have been. Let me just double check something very quickly. I want to check something very quickly on my dream widths. Because I posted it only on my dream width. I think it might have been. I think it would have been just before October, actually. October. Yeah, it was just before October, but I sometimes get curious about paganism, as you can tell. These are the pagan cats after all, but I do get curious about paganism. I do have Irish heritage, so I do get curious about Celtic mythology. And on the 28th of September, so just before October, I had a dream where I felt that the mother goddess from Celtic mythology, Anu, was reaching out to me. So I felt like she was interested in me, but I haven't seen like any signs since. So I kind of dropped it, but I do half-assedly worship Cleaner, Bridget, and Angus. They are my goats. So maybe this is going to impact. So maybe I am going to actually knuckle down, do some more research, get in tune with some stuff. That's hard because like Cleaner, for example, she's a very seasidey kind of girly, and I am very much landlocked. Angus, if you're not super familiar with Celtic mythology, the closest analog to like more well-known mythology, it would be like, oh, he's kind of like Apollo from Greek mythology, but not quite. That's Angus is a bit cheekier, I would say. And of course, Anu, the mother goddess. You guys know me. I love my mother-in-law. I love my mother-in-law. So I feel like it's very Marycore basically. So I feel like that could be what the star is referring to. I'm going to see. I might get some more signs, but who knows? They can be fickle, and you know I'm dumb. So there's that. Okay, which one's card number 4 again? This one. Ooh, I don't think that could be the Emperor. I am correct. It is the Emperor. I was going to say because 3 is the oh yeah 3 is the Empress, which we had before the Emperor. So building structures and processes to encourage efficiency, prosperity, and stability. Decisions are made for the greater good, intending to benefit as many people as possible. And what was the symbolism of this? Is how it will affect my emotional life. This doesn't sound like video game music. It sounds like Vocaloid. Okay, no, this is not Vocaloid, thank God. Anyways, I was confused about that, but I'm still confused about how the Emperor, which is a very physical, demanding card, is going to be my emotional life. So, something's going to surprise me. I thought this was going to be like job offers that might actually be referring to things like more personal than that, like my personal life versus like and my like religious spiritual life versus professionalism. So I really don't understand what the Emperor is doing in this spread. Um, I'm kind of cooked, honestly. I'm very confused. Like, is it saying that I already have the building blocks to be able to anticipate these surprises, or am I going to have to develop them? Like, that could be it. We'll see how my physical life is impacted with the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe that will help me make sense of what the fuck's going on. Okay, so this is the Ten of Pentacles. Stable and abundant life. Well, these two cards being directly across from each other, even though they're not like connected in the pentacle motion, is quite heartening to me because it means whatever's going to surprise, I am capable. I am going to be prepared for it, basically. If that makes any sense. Um, yeah, this is an interesting spread. I'm very fascinated by the Emperor in the emotional, when he's, again, very physical card. He's associated with the earth, he's associated with fire. He's a very, as you can see in this particular card, he's very, the Emperor has a lot, he's the master of all four elements. He is the king. He's a very regal, fluffy cat. So it's, I don't know, it's strange that he's in an emotional spot, whereas the others I was immediately like, oh yeah, that tracks. He's like the only card that's really like, oh my god, you're a bit weird in this spread. Um, that's what makes tarot so cool in my opinion. Like there's so many different ways to interpret the cards and how they will like interact with like what's actually going on in your life. Again, if we can make sense of my like, is this about job offers? Is this about something else entirely? It's really hard to say. Um, but it does make me excited for the future because, again, I put the manifestations in of spring or renewal and I want to make changes. And I think there is definitely information in the spread which will allow me to make said changes. Again, if I really want to take the role of like job offers, and I can absolutely see how um, returning to stability and professionalism and stuff like that kind of plays into this thing. Yeah, very fascinating spread. Very fascinating spread. Um, does anyone else want a reading? Or should I try just doing a third spread to myself, which is very greedy, very greedy. My understanding is that it's actually kind of bad luck to do too many readings for yourself, let alone any, to be honest. You're up for it. Well, do you want just 3 cards? I'll give you an option. 3 cards or 5 cards? Would you like 3 cards or 5 cards? Because I'm really vibing the pentacle spread. It's up my alley. It took me a minute to figure out how to make the pentacle itself out of the cards, but we're getting there. You've never had a tarot reading? Well, when you get a is there a difference? With my tarot reading, so 3 cards would just be love, luck, life, whereas with the 5 card spread that I just did, you'll get like the divine, the intellectual, spiritual, emotional, and physical. You'll get a few extra bonuses basically. Whereas the 3 cards, I'm just gonna tell you, this is you, this is what's gonna happen to you, this is how you can kind of deal with it. Like I did a Raju wheel for myself back in the day. Oh my god, that took a lot out of me. A Raju wheel, you literally use every single card in your deck. The full 5 card, let's go. Well, I hope that your why is it my laptop is not out of charge? What is wrong with you? I literally plugged it in before stream. Okay. Anyways, it is an honor, Ghibli Pilot, to be your very first tarot card reader. I am very amateurish. This is just for fun. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. This is just for fun. And like, if you ever get the chance to go to like a proper tarot card reader, I highly recommend it. That shit is mind-boggling. Um, so yeah. But one last question. Are you in the northern hemisphere or are you in the southern hemisphere? That's going to affect how I shuffle my cards. Like, are we going for renewal? Are we going for restoration base? Like, are we going for a new start or are we about to end something? Northern hemisphere, Europe. Okay, so you're in Samhain, so that's the harvest, that is a time of reflection. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna read it slightly differently because I'm gonna put like a Halloween spin on it, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we've got a fellow from the Northern Hemisphere in Europe. Very exciting. So Samhain is, of course, the harvest. It is when the veil lifts between our world and the unseen world. So it is a great time for, again, reflection. It is a time of resource stock and taking. So it's slightly different to Beltane. Autumnal equinox. There we go. Trying to get some. Oops. I'm surprised I haven't had any cards slip out during my tarot yet. Because if you get a bonus card, that's cool. Well, that sort of works, but not quite. Okay. I think they're ready. I think they're ready. Okay. So the message from the divine is the the King of Pentacles. Ooh. Um, this is how it will affect your spiritual life. This is how, oh no, intellectual life, spiritual life. Oh, I've already forgotten how the pentacle is meant to look. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, we've got some interesting cards right off the bat. I'll try and display them so you can see all of the art. I'll actually pick them up this time and go like one by one. So your message from the divine is the 10 of why do I keep saying the 10? It's the King of Pentacles. So that's very exciting. This is a very wealthy card. So that's exciting. Let me just fact check myself real quick. Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Someone who has authority, makes decisions, or is a professional in the handling of the physical world, resources, or finances. I was cooking. I was correct. I know my cards sometimes. So yeah, this is a very wealthy card. He's very authoritative. He has abundant resources. So for this to be your message from Divine, very exciting. Again, a bit of a materialistic card. So there might be a possibility we are going to be talking about money. But again, this is not financial advice. This is just for fun between streamer and chat. This is very exciting for you. I'm excited to see where the rest of your spread goes. So 1, this should be 2, if I recall correctly. I am recalling correctly. So this is how it's going to impact your intellectual life. So this is a bit concerning for you. We've gone from a high to not quite a low, but this is a card of conflict. This is the 5 of Wands. But let me just double check what it means upside down. Yeah, card of conflict. Card of conflict. Fighting and not accomplishing anything. So you're probably going to feel frustrated. Since this is your intellectual life, you're probably going to have some sort of mental stimulus challenge ahead of you. And I don't know if you're equipped enough to be able to handle it either just yet, or you're in a bit of a he's about it. There's something that's like really bugging you. It might have to do with money. It might have to do with someone in your work life. But basically, there is an intellectual challenge either ahead of you or in the midst of that you're just not really progressing. It's vexing you. Like you have the answer on the tip of your tongue, or if you look hard enough, you'll have that aha moment. But at the moment, it's just a back and forth. It's draining. It's annoying. And it's just getting you down, and it might be making you feel like you're an idiot, which is not great, but come on, let's see. So this is how it's going to affect your spiritual life. And this is fascinating. We've got the major arcana. We have the chariots. Of course, that makes sense. The peacocks are the chariots. That makes sense. I understand the symbols in this card now. So using the force of strong will to triumph in difficult circumstances. This situation is challenging. Again, this goes back to the conflict we just saw in your intellectual life. Oh, fuck, I just lost my spot. This situation is challenging, but you have the strength to succeed. Okay, so this is an excellent card to follow up the the card of conflict. So you have the resolution's going to be in reach. You're going to have that triumph. And it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel like absolute domination, absolute victory. Once you figure out whatever this problem you have is vexing you, whether it is related to something in your professional life, in your financial life, we'll find out. But this is your spiritual life. So I think you are going to be really enriched by whatever lesson you happen to learn from what is currently in conflict with you that is stopping you from accessing, whether it's a raise or a project or something that you have ahead of you that you need to be wary of, because again, this is such a good card. These are the cards people want to see. So I think we're seeing a pattern. So we've gone from one to here. So it's exciting. So now this is the fourth card. This is how it's going to affect your emotional life. And again, I'm telling you, this card loves me. It loves me. So we have the Nine of Wands. And again, it is another card of conflict. I know we just had it. I need to double check. I don't want to start spinning facts, being surprised by events. Yeah, again. So a lot of the Wands cards do pertain to conflict. Wands is wind, and wind can be very unpredictable. It can be very forceful, as much as it can be a balm on a hot sunny day. So something is going to surprise you. So this is going to be in your emotional life. So again, maybe whatever conflict you're looking for, maybe it's going to have a really random, you would never have thought of it in a million years kind of solution. Maybe you need to think outside the box. Maybe you need to be a bit clever with it. But I think you're going to be surprised and you're going to learn something. It's going to feel so good. You're going to come out on top. You're going to learn something and you're going to attain some sort of prize for it. That is the vibe I'm getting. And finally, your physical life, which is, again, this is kind of, so before I had a very fiery, very practical card in my emotional life, but you, however, have the opposite. You've got a very emotional card in your physical life. So I'm very interested to see how that is the Ace of Cups plays out here. So I'm just going to double check what it means. Falling back into old habits. Okay. That's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. So physical life. Maybe this card is warning you not to fall back into old habits. Maybe it is an old habit that is causing this conflict and that you need to overcome so you can be a better person and can better embody leadership qualities, authoritative qualities, stuff like that. So this is kind of a card of all the potential has drained away. It's kind of the reverse. So the lotus symbolism in this card, again, the lotus is the plant you were reincarnated as if you were a good noodle in, I believe, Buddhist mythology. Don't quote me on that. So yeah. So this card is warning that if you stay stagnant, you're going to just keep being in conflict. You're not going to attain your victories. Instead of being surprised and enriched, it's just going to be the same old, same old. So we don't necessarily want that. Given that this is a Sam Haines spread, let me see how I can link that to Halloween, basically. Yeah, Samhain is a period of reflection. It's like taking stock of your surroundings. It is understanding what resources you have and how you are going to spend them in the more quieter months where it is cold and dreary and it's just depressing. So this is how you're going to survive your winter, basically. Hope that made any sense. It felt like sense to me. But actually fits my current work situation pretty well. See, the cards are talking to you. They know what's up. Like, you don't have to tell me what's going on, but I do hope you got at least a little bit of, whether it's confidence to stick up to someone who's just being really annoying and there's like just bombarding you, or if it is something that like a project that's like it's just missing a certain je ne sais quoi, you're gonna figure it out. I believe in you. Good luck. I need a drink of water after all of that. That was a lot of yapping. What's your favorite from the major arcana? It is the Hermit. Thanks, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad. It makes me happy when I get to share my little niche hobbies with you guys. But yeah, I'm a big hermit girly. When I opened my first pack of tarot cards, it was the classic Rider-Waite cards. If you Google tarot cards, it's probably a Rider-Waite card that you're gonna see on top. And the deck was like already shuffled, and on top was the hermit. The hermit had like a tear in it. Like beautiful brand new cards, never been opened before. Already they had a tear in it, and it was the hermit on top. So I've always connected with that. Like in high school, I was literally called the pariah by one of my friends. She was like, "Hey, pariah," and I'm like, "You are so mean to me sometimes." We love toxic high school Yuri. That's what's going on there. So I've always liked the hermit. So it's a card of contemplation, solitude. I also really connect with the Empress. Yeah, I think it's no, it's either the Empress or the High Priestess. I'm thinking of. Um, because you have like cards associated with birthdays. It's either the Empress or the High Priestess. I'm thinking of, and it's one of my birthday cards. So it's also kind of a card I vibe with a lot. In the minor arcana, I'm a big fan. Which one is it? I think it's like the Five of Cups, maybe, or is it the Four of Cups? So there's like this card, and the symbolism in it just really stuck with me. It's either the five or it's somewhere in the middle of the cups. And it depicts a man on a canoe, or like some kind of boat. He's got his back turned. He's saying farewell to someone, and he's going off into the great unknown. I know. I saw that card a lot when I was like doing some spreads about grief and stuff, like in my life. So I vibe with it. Mm-mm-mm. But there's a lot of pretty cards, and different things you need to know at different times. Like again, like I don't necessarily love the aesthetic of these sort of the Nine of Wands, but he loves to turn up. He's a reliable dude. Okay, the dog's being annoying, but that's fine. Yeah. Again, I don't really remember when I bought these tarot cards. It was sometime. Was it maybe it was a Sydney trip? I think now. Like I remember doing like my first spread, and I'm like in a B&B type place, and I'm looking over like the ocean. It was really beautiful. And I just did a small spread to get to know my cards, and I was like, guys are a bit difficult to read, but now I'm like feeling like a champ right now because I'm like, oh man, I'm cooking with these cards now. They've had time to learn what kind of person I am. But yeah, if there's anyone else in chat who would like a tarot reading, I am offering 3 or 5 card spreads to followers. If you subscribe, I think there is just enough space to do a Celtic cross. Celtic crosses are like, I don't even remember how to do a Celtic cross, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. Bum, bum, bum. Right into the music. Trying to think of anything else. I've probably told this story before, but I used to do a lot of tarot card readings for my dormies at university. You'll take one? Sure! So, once again, 3 or 5 cards. So with 3 cards, you'll get, this is you, this is what's going on, this is how you'll figure it out. Alternatively, you can get 5 cards, and you'll get, like, message from the divine, how it's going to impact you intellectually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Something like that. I'll also need to know if you are in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere, because that will also impact the manifestations that I put into the shuffling. If you northern, okay, so that's Samhain. So we're still doing 3 or 5 cards. Because Samhain is a time of reflection. It is time of taking resource gathering, stocking, preparing for the challenges of winter. Whereas Beltane is yay spring 5. Everyone's vibing the 5 cards, which is nice because it's giving me time to practice. I haven't really done 5 card spreads before. Okay, so we've got sponsored by Subway from the Northern Hemisphere. So happy Halloween to you, dear. This is terrible shuffling, but like, it's a little bit difficult with my gloves. And also the fact that I don't want you guys to see what's in the bottom, but I also don't want to see what's on the bottom. Oh. So Halloween. Do you guys have Halloween costumes? Or are you gonna go do anything fun for Halloween? Because this is the only thing I have planned for Halloween. Because, you know, Halloween's not really a thing here in Australia. And if you try and make it a thing, people just look at you weird. Yes. What can we learn from the harvest? What can we take from the resource gathering, the period of reflection that is All Hallowed Eve, when the veil lifts between us and unknown execs. Yeah, I'm gonna be goaded. I'm no plans this year, too busy. Yeah, it happens. Okay. Message from the divine. This is another wealthy card. This is a wealthy card. We love money. Again, this is just for fun. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Don't dox yourself. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are some cards I don't necessarily get a lot. Okay, so the 9 of Cups is the message from the divine. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. So that is material, emotional, and physical well-being. So this is a self-care card. It's not necessarily money, but you know what they say, health is wealth. So this is a very interesting card to be a message from your divine. Bit of self-care. Do you need to be doing self-care? Is it self-care? We'll find out. Okay. So this is your intellectual life. So this is a major arcana card. This is, I believe, the Hierophant. Let me just double check. Yeah. No, the Magician. I always get the Hierophant and the Magician confused in this card. Of course, he's got the four. Of course. You can tell it's the Magician because the Magician has mastery over the 4 elements, so that's why he has the wands. Frick me dead. The wands, cups, and pentacle and sword. If you guys can see it. And the Magician's also doing that, like, pose. Okay. Spiritual life is the Knight of Wands. That's interesting. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. So he is someone who acts quickly and acts quickly, passionately, with strong will and inspiration. So that is your emotional life. Ooh. And finally, your physical life is the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands. So that represents gathering your energy while preparing for a plan. And finally, your physical life is the... Is this what I think it is? It's not. Okay, thank God. For a second, I was like, wait, is this the devil? It's not. It's number 20, which is... Number 20. Where are you, sir? Where are you, number 20? XX. Judgment! Oh, of course. Yes, I see now. It's like the Mufasa. That's what's going on. Okay, I understand why this is judgment now. So hearing a call that pulls you out of an old dead situation into a new one, often with a spiritual aspect, being invited free to live to free yourself and live at a higher level. Okay. So we've got the card of abundance and self-care as your message from the divine. So this could be warning you that you are burning yourself at both ends. You are burning the wick at both ends. You're kind of all over the place. And maybe you need to collect yourself, focus inwards. Maybe you can't pour from an empty cup. That's what they always say. Cups is the water element as well. So this could be a warning not to overdo yourself, or it could be a warning to say you have been overdoing yourself. It's definitely kind of ambiguous. Like, we need to look at the rest of the cards to properly understand whether or not this message from the divine is which kind of element of your life it most applies to. And so, this is an excellent card to have in your intellectual life. So again, this is the Magician. He is a very highly intellectual card. He has the ability to use all of the elements. So, just gonna double check what that means. He's also about using skills and resources. So, if you have a challenge in your life right now, you are already equipped to deal with it. You might just need some more advice, but you have the skills and talents and resources needed to overcome whatever challenge you presently have in your life. Like, it's not above you, it's not beneath you, it's kind of like perfectly level with your skill set and like what needs to happen. So you are right where you need to be. You have the potential, you just need to expend it wisely, basically. Okay. This is how it's going to affect your spiritual life. Again, I don't get the Knights very often, so I'm just gonna double check again. Knight of Wands. Oh my god. My gloves! Knight of Wands. There we go. Someone who acts quickly, passionately, with inspiration, strong will. So this is how it's going to affect your emotional life? Spiritual life. Okay. So, I don't know what your deal is. Welcome in, Messenger. Happy Halloween and a Merry Christmas. It is a Merry Christmas. Happy Beltane as well to anyone else in the Southern Hemisphere who happens to be in chat right now. So this is a very fascinating card to have as your spiritual life. Again, it's a very masculine card. All the knights, I believe, are men. That's just how it was back in the day, in the medieval day. If you're a knight, you're a man. That's just kind of how it works. So, if you do believe in a higher deity who happens to be male, maybe you need to be on the alert for him. He could be around somewhere. Now, the Hino there, because again, we've got self-care, we've got intellectualism in the intellectual slot, and now we've got this in here. OMG, since when are you an OzTuber? I've been an OzTuber since I began, because I'm an Australian VTuber, but I've been on the OzTubers team literally since the beginning. I was one of the first people in their Discord server. Yeah, it's okay. I'm really absent on Twitter these days. I'm sorry, Subway. I'm sorry, sponsored by Subway. I'm getting distracted. So if you believe in a higher power, he could be looking for you, and his effects on you will inspire you. And maybe if you do, I don't know what your situation is. I don't want to assume but if you do happen to believe in a male higher power, this could be a sign that he's reaching out and that you are going to be fulfilled in some way through it. Like, for example, if it was me, I would be thinking this card would be representing Angus, but it's kind of neither here nor there. It really depends on your situation. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, what's next? I believe it should be physical life. No, emotional. Emotional. So we've got the Two of Wands. Yeah, so we've got element wise, this is a really interesting spread because we do have two of the same suite, two of the major arcana, and then one cups card. So it's like mostly water. I mean, it's mostly wind with a little bit of water, which I find a bit interesting. You should always be mindful of if there is like a repeating motif in your cards, and I immediately noticed it with the two wands, two major arcana. Especially again, with this one being quite balanced. So you could even say this is 3 winds, for example. So Two of Wands. So gathering your energy, preparing your plan. So this is your emotional life? Yeah. Already, we're seeing a connection between the Two Wands cards. They're in the same suite. And again, and I'm also seeing the connection between the Magician and the Two of Wands. So again, whatever challenge you have, again, you are equipped to deal with it. You are going. You just need to, again, as this is you're in campaign period of reflection. You just need to look inwards, decide, okay, here's how I'm going to get all my ducks in a row, and here's how I'm going to shoot the fish in the barrel. You know, and you have what it takes to figure it out. And you'll probably, and again, the more we read, the more bizarre this card becomes to me in the divine slot. Like, I'm seeing a lot of like spiritual and professional challenges that you are perfectly equipped to overcome. And I'm gonna this card saying at the end of it, you can finally rest. You can go into a bit of a hibernation, or if this is saying you need to come out of hibernation because you've been a bit stable. But either way, you are perfectly aligned to figure out whatever the fuck you need to figure out. Okay. And finally, the physical life. Now, the the judgment card is basically the rapture card. That is what the judgment card depicts. It depicts rapture. In the pagan cat cards, you can see the house cat is trapped by the fence, and he's yearning with to. It's like, have you guys? I've never fully read a Warrior Cats book, but if you've read Warrior Cats, I believe they have a concept called Sky Clan, which is like heaven or Valhalla for dead cats. Like this is basically what that card is. So you're going in your physical situation. You are going to leave behind something, something that has you've outgrown, basically. So yeah, very like I'm really struggling to see a connection between these two cards, for example, which makes sense. And with the pentacle spreads, it goes one, two, three, four, five. So it's not surprising that there isn't a direct correlation between your physical life and how it's going to be impacted by the divine. But overall, this seems like whatever you've got on your plate right now, I believe in you. You can figure it out. You're well equipped. You just need to think things through. Maybe you need to reach out to someone in higher authority. Or again, it really depends if this is your spiritual card. I don't know your situation with what you believe specifically. You could be an atheist for all I know. You could be polytheistic like me. You could be a Catholic. I don't fucking know. You could be Hindu for all I know. So again, if there is someone reaching out, that could be what that is. Otherwise, if it's not religious for you, maybe it is more of a professional thing. Maybe there is someone that you can rely on at work to help you figure out how you can best use your resources to plan and overcome so you can leave this physical situation behind, that you've outgrown it. You're like ready to move on to something higher, and you will be extremely satisfied by it. Because again, this is the rapture card, this is the judgment card. You're ascending, you're leaving the mortal coil, you're becoming more enlightened, you're going to learn a lesson from this. Although again, this feels like a very proud spread because again, he knows what he's doing, you know what you're doing, you just need to figure it out, you just need to lay down the groundwork to make a plan. I believe in you. I hope that helps. Sponsored by Subway. Okay, now I can yak with machine go. I'm sorry we took a while to get there. But yes. Streaming out a weird slot because again, I have errands I need to run in the afternoon because I don't have a car at the moment. Jitters. Can I give my interpretation as to what the outlier is doing there, keeping in mind my current live stream? Yeah, go for it. Again, I don't want you to dox yourself. You don't have to be super personal if you don't want to be. You can speak as broadly as you like, or if you do, or if you are comfortable giving the specifics, knowing that this stream will likely be archived on YouTube. Just so you know, I don't want you to say anything that in hindsight you're like, oh, I would have preferred to have not said that. So just fair warning. Again, this is just for fun. I'm not here to give as actual proper life advice. But if something I said happened to resonate, that'd be good. Which deck is this? Welcome in, Dolly. It is my Tarot of Pagan Cats. So it is by Madalena Messina and Lola Aragaki. I think that's how you say her name, but I could be wrong. I consider it one of my more difficult decks to read just because I'm dumb and I don't always know what the symbolism means since it's very cute, yes. There's a lot of cute cards, for example. got the star. So some of them is really obvious, like the star. We've also got the emperor down there. But other cards, it's like, what the heck is that? I don't know what that's meant to be. But they have like the thing at the bottom to say that's like the number of wands and stuff, or that is the knight or whatever. I think in conjunction with the other cards, it means that I'm equipped to push myself really hard as long as I'm mindful not to burn myself out. Yes, that could also that makes sense. I think you're cooking with that actually. I think you could be right. So I gotta push myself as long as I'm smart not to burn out. Exactly. Like I said, the cards really seem confident that you are kind of at the level where you need to be and that you can figure out what you need to do. You just need to make a plan, maybe ask for help, whether it is from a higher power or from someone. Well, it could be a literal higher power if it's like your manager you need to ask for or like a, someone you trust. But yeah. In what felt like a very air dominated spread. It was a bit hard for me to work out how water figures into it. But also, again, there is an element of money and wealth in the cup that cup card, so that could also be it. Now, once again, if there's anyone else in chat, I am offering 3 or 5 card spreads for followers and Celtic crosses for subscribers. So sub now if you really want me to suffer, but I'm a bit rusty with my Celtic crosses, just so you know. That's why I'm only offering it to subscribers. Alternatively, there is like another spread in my little booklet. If you want to do like is that a 7 card spread? You could catch the fish. You'd be open to a 3 card reading? Well, I would love to do that for you, Dolly. And you are currently in the Northern Hemisphere, if I recall correctly. So that means you are in Samhain, which is a period of reflection. So that will influence how I shuffle my cards. Once again, see Halloween, Blessed Beltane as applicable. And I really want you guys to see the backs of the cards as I shuffle, but it's difficult because my hand cam is not equipped for this. But again, I'm really glad I bought yet another webcam because this is by far the most pristine quality I've ever had in a webcam, so I'm happy about it. Oh. Bonus, because the cards love you, you get a bonus card, Dolly. Okay, I think I'm ready. So my 3 card spreads are just something I cooked up. So you get your love, luck, life. And you also get a bonus card because it fell out during the shuffling process. So we'll come back to it. That's our secret bonus card. Happy Halloween. Yay. So love, luck, life. Love, kind of obvious. It's usually your social situation. It could be self-love. It's that sort of thing. Luck, these are the things that's like, this is a challenge. It could go either way. It's going to tell you one way or the other. The life overall situation, it will usually anchor whichever card is like being problematic, basically. Okay. So we have the 9 of Wands, the Star in reverse, and the Emperor in reverse. Excellent shuffling skills. I can see it. Okay. Let me just double check what these cards mean in reverse. The 9 of Wands. Being surprised by events. Mickey Mouse voice. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. So we've got the being surprised by events again. Air. The one suite is air. Wind. Very unpredictable. It blows a gale. It can be really, really strong. It can be really, really weak. It can change at a moment's notice. So that's kind of why a lot of the Wands cards, element of surprise. Now we have the Star in reverse. Star in reverse. Star in reverse. What do you mean, my darling? Refusing to accept guidance or kindness. So that's actually, I was a bit worried, but I think this is a really good placement for this card because love, luck, life, luck is kind of how things can shape up. So if it's telling you you need to ask for help, maybe that's what's going on. We'll find out. And finally, the Emperor. Too much control. Okay, so love. You're going to be surprised. Maybe you're going to make a new friend or something, or a new acquaintance. You'll see another outside of someone you haven't seen before. That could even be yourself. Not overly sure just yet. Maybe I will take into account your wands card. So we're a very air heavy reading with so fire, water, two airs. Yeah. Although he is technically the master of all four elements, that's why he's sitting on pentacles, swords, cups, and wands. So take neither here nor there. The Eight of Wands. Let me just double check what you mean, King. Swift movement or events. Okay, so this card, it sells out. Already, I'm seeing why. I'm a Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, so it makes sense. Let's go. So this card fell out, so whatever this card spread is in referring to, this is probably going to happen quite soon. It might not have happened yet, but it's going to happen soon. So there is something on the way that's really, really, it's rapidly approaching your location. And it's going to surprise you. Again, this is your love card, so someone you love is going to surprise you. I think it's going to be for the better. I like to look on the bright side, but when we have, like, refusal of help, yeah, that's refusal. Which one was refusal of help? Let me just double check. Which one was refusal of help? It was definitely the star. Yeah, refusing to accept guidance or kindness. So I think your luck will be bad if you try and do things on your own. I think it's a good thing to accept I need a blessing from someone else. Exactly. Like, I think this is a hopeful card, even though it's a bit, like, selfish almost. It's like you're trying to catch all the stars to keep all the brightness for yourself, when it's like you need to share it. You need to know what's going on. And then the Emperor. The Emperor. Too much control. Like, there is, like, again, these two cards really feel like they're going together because you're going to be surprised and you need to relinquish control. Maybe there's something in your life right now where it's like you need it to be perfect. You need to be the only one who touches it. That it's like, no, it needs to be shared. You need, like, advice from other people. Like, I don't know what kind of role, like, if this is, maybe it's about constructive criticism, and you can make things better if you take forward what other people have to say. Like, obviously, if they're being a douchewad about it, don't even worry about it. But, like, if they're like, hey, I've kind of got an opinion I want you to hear, and you can it's either take it or leave it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And this is a very imminent card, so there's something that's about to happen. I don't think it's going to be a huge event. I think it might just be something small. It's going to be like, you're going to see, like, another side of someone. It could be yourself. It could be someone else. And you're going to like it. Because you're going to be ready. You're going to realize, okay, I'm being a control freak. You're right. Or I'm going to learn to share in some regard. I don't think it's going to be a big thing. I think it's just going to be something small. And it's going to be, like, soon. And that you're going to, I don't necessarily think you're going to learn a huge amount from it. It's just going to be like, oh, yeah. You're right, I was being a control freak that was detrimental to me, or, like, I don't, but if it is, like, an external thing, maybe there is someone in your life who's being a control freak and they're refusing, like, your advice. Like, it could go either way. Like, something, I don't think it's gonna be, like, a big argument or anything, or just gonna be, like, a little bit of bickering. That's how I feel, but again, I want to look on the bright side. I think you're gonna see a different side of someone, and it's gonna deepen your bond with them. But, like, because it's conflict theory, basically. Like, sometimes we just need to be abrasive. I wanted to give you a nice lovey-dovey friend, but it's more like, yeah, there's a control freak. Someone needs to accept kindness, but you're going to be surprised. It's going to happen soon. So, yeah, I'm not really getting, like, a big event kind of vibe from it. That's why I think it's just going to be small. Yeah, and since it is Halloween, period of reflection, Samhain, the lifting of the veil, I think it's going to be like, you could even maybe interpret it in a spiritual way, maybe, or like professional. It really depends. Like, I don't know your circumstances. This is just for fun. I cannot reiterate that again. This is good. I'm optimistic. I think too. Like, it's not all doom and gloom and like big majestic prophecy. Sometimes it's just like, here's a little road bump. You mightn't learn anything from it, but it's there. Sometimes you just gotta go 20 in a 20 zone. Even though it's like, man, if I just was a little bit faster, I'd already be on the highway. That's the vibe I got. I'm just gonna post in some cards. Yeah, I hope everyone who has plans for Halloween has a good time. I feel like Halloween on a Friday is kind of a banger. Like if you do have like something planned, like a party or you're gonna go somewhere. Whereas like I feel like Halloween in the middle of the week probably like sucks. It's like, man, we have school tomorrow, or man, I have work tomorrow, and it's like I just want to go all out for with my makeup and stuff. Halloween isn't really a thing here in Australia, in the good old town of Oz. There are some people in my town who do like celebrate Halloween these days. Like that was not a thing when I was a kid. If you tried to celebrate Halloween when I was a kid, you were judged very, very badly. It was like, ew, why are you trying to be so American? And now it's like a lose. Like it makes me. I have really complicated feelings. Like when I was a kid, I loved the concept of Halloween. It was like it's a night where you eat lollies and you dress up and you watch scary movies. Like that was the shit when I was a kid. Like love the Halloween specials with all the different TV shows. Like the That's So Raven one is mind altering to me, and the Halloween Town movies. Oh my god, they were my favorite when I was a kid. I had like a weird fixation with was Jennifer Love Hewitt in the Halloween Town movies, or was it someone else? There's like an adult lady actress that I had like a weird obsession with because she was in that movie. I love you, Marnie, as well. So they really are cool. But now it's like we're Australian. I really don't. I would like the Australian identity to be kept separate from the American identity. But it's like I don't really know. But it's like, yeah, how do we do that? Because it's Beltane for us, but no one. But if I was to go up to someone and say, "Have a happy Beltane" or a blessed Beltane, they'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And it's like because people only know Halloween, but they don't know Beltane, so they don't know Beltane, they don't know it's the vernal equinox today. So yeah. But otherwise, I might want a scary movie later. That sounds fun. Kind of depends, you know. But I haven't watched like any scary movies this Halloween. And for the past like 2 years, you guys remember like the watch alongs and stuff on my bloody Discord or like on Twitch and stuff. I just like try and watch. We do watch alongs together, but I haven't had time to do any of that. I don't even know what movie I want to watch. I just want to watch Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Maybe I need to. I think it's time. I think it's time for me to buy Netflix. I need to read your sidereal chart since it does take being in the southern into account the southern hemisphere. Corpse Bride is my favorite Halloween movie. I love Corpse Bride. I watched it. I did like a double feature of it when I was like in Japan, like on the flight to Japan, like 'cause they had it. I think that's when I watched it, but I love it. I'm certain I watched Corpse Bride and I watched Edward Scissorhands as like a double feature. It's such a good movie. I love it. Like I do wish I'm like, but it's like I like Emily the most as a love interest, so it's like I do kind of wish that Victor had gotten with Emily in the end, but it's like I understand why she couldn't be. Like I understand why Victoria won that love triangle because Victor and Victoria are very sweet as well, but I liked Emily a bit more. She's an iconic queen, you know. And it's also got the soundtrack by Danny Elfman, my goat. He is actually my goat. I call a lot of people my goat, but he is actually my goat of goats. Yeah, Corpse Bride's a great movie. I would want to watch something new. I think I would want to watch something I haven't seen before. If I was to watch a scary movie this afternoon, I feel like there's something else that I'm wanting to watch, like a classic. Maybe there are a lot of classic horror movies I haven't seen yet, so could watch one of those. Like Like I haven't watched Halloween. I haven't watched Friday the 13th. I haven't watched Picnic. Picnic. I should watch Picnic at Hanging Rock because that's an Aussie horror film. Yeah, okay. I know exactly what I'm doing later. I'm gonna watch Picnic at Hanging Rock because I think my mom's watched it and she thought it was weird. That's how I know that stuff it is. Do you like blood and guts and scary stuff? I'm squeamish with horror. I love blood and guts. I this was before your time, but I did a Saw watch along here on Twitch, and I remember seeing the titular Saw, and I'm being like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the Doctor's not Saw off his own. Like, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. I could not wait. And then I'm like, by the end of the movie, I was like, that was it. That's what they call the gay torture porn. I want my money back. So yeah, like I have my limits. Don't get me wrong. Like my favorite movie of all time is Reanimator, and there is one scene in it where I have to cover my eyes, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. Like when I watched Weapons, there was only one scene where I had to cover my eyes. That was a bit too much. I can't believe they filmed that with kids. If you've watched Weapons, people already know what I'm talking about. Has enough time passed where I can just straight up say what happened? Like, do people care about Weapons spoilers in the October of our Lord 2025? Because I was surprised. I'm still getting like Weapons memes on my like Instagram For You page. I'm like, damn, this movie it does actually have staying power. Because I liked it, and then I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be like an iconic classic. Like, but I don't think it needs a sequel. I don't think it needs a prequel. It just needs to be its own thing. I've heard rumors that there's going to be more Weapons movies, and it's like, no, leave it as a standalone, please. I'm also really I've heard the story that Jordan Peele like fired his staff for not getting the Weapons script, and I'm going to be real. I really wanted to see, like having seen whoever directed it now. I think Jordan Peele would have done a we haven't watched any of the Jordan Peele movies. Oh my god! But I know he's a goat. I've seen like enough of his sort of stuff to know that he's a goat. Um, I should watch a Jordan Peele movie later. I should watch. I I think I would like. Nope. I think I would also like Us, but I don't think I would like Get Out because I watched a summary of Get Out, and the way people talked about it versus what's actually in the movie was like really jarring to me. I was like, I don't think that's what that movie like. If like when I read this like the synopsis versus actually watching this video, I was like, these don't seem to go together. I've seen Us and it was really chilling. Like it looks so beautiful. Like it looks like it has a lot of excellent cinematography. I also recently found out that's where the that white woman who was like Alexa, call the police. And Alexa's like, now playing NWA's Fuck the Police. I recently only found out that's where that's from. I'm I'm gonna do a double feature later. I'm gonna watch Picnic and Hanging Rock, and then I'm gonna watch Us. Honestly, that could be a vibe. His Picnic and Hanging Rock is a very classic Australian horror film. It's not gory, so if you haven't seen it, Dolly, you might like it. It's more of like a psychological type thing. Um, it's just and it's like there's just a bunch of women wearing pretty dresses having a picnic at Hanging Rock. Um, yeah, I want to go back to my story because my mum's watched it. I'm also fairly certain my mum visited the location where they filmed Picnic at Hanging Rock, like just for fun, you know. And she didn't even enjoy the movie. She just happened to be at the like national park, and she was like, "Oh, this is where they filmed that movie I watched." Yeah, Us looks amazing. Like it looks like it has some beautiful symbolism and shit in it. Yeah. I think that could work as like a horror, as a double feature. Not a good one. Um, but yeah, I like horror movies. When I was a kid, I was like, oh man, I don't think I could ever watch a horror movie. They're so scary. I'm such a nerd. I could never. And because when I was in high school, at like I think it was like year 8, year 9, all the boys had like this Freddy Krueger phase because they'd watched Nightmare on Elm Street the week before, and they were like, "Oh man, Mary, don't ever watch Nightmare on Elm Street. It'll terrify you. You'll be like you'll shit yourself." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" But last year I watched Nightmare on Elm Street with you guys, and I wasn't scared at all the entire time. I was like, the practical effects are corny, but it was like a decent movie. Don't get me wrong. Like I see why Freddy's a king. Um, but yeah. I'm I'm good with that sort of thing these days. It's more the thing that really gets under my skin, like with horror movies, would be like atmosphere, I think. Because what scares nothing scares me more than a YouTube video titled like deepest darkest secrets iceberg, and then you get and like anything from like the middle layer onwards. That's what really scares. I can't do those. They scare me. But like so, I eat that shit whilst eating. I watch that shit whilst eating dinner. You know. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, this is a good yap. For any other takers, but this is technically a tarot stream, so if there are any takers who want more readings or anything like that. Otherwise, I'm going to do another spread for myself because I want to try doing the catching the fish spread because that sounds so cute. I've never done it. Like, I've had this deck for ages and ages, but I mostly just do like my own, either my 3 card spread I do believe I have done a Celtic cross with this deck, so I haven't done one of those. I've never actually done the suggested spread. I've had this deck for years. Yeah, I want to try catching the fish spread. I'll do a practice one for myself. Okay. Is there anything else I want to ask the cards in particular? I'm really worried about my social life. I didn't mention this, but after stream, it was like Uma Musume, you know, like my mood went up, and I got like the 20 plus speed buff, and then my mood just went down again, and I was like, oh man, I feel like an extrovert right now, because this is as close to socialization as I get. Because I talk to my coworkers, and even then, okay, well, got a random card that fell out, so that's cool. So I want to know, is there a way that I can make friends, because the most anyone ever has spoken to me since high school was the other day when I had my minor car accident, and I had 2 people from high school message me saying, "Hey, you good, Queen? You're still alive?" No one else, and it was the most random guys as well. Like, I saw a tweet, and it's like, you can go up to any white girl and say, "I'm sorry for what that guy named Josh did to you," and she'll start crying because it's fucking true. Like, I'm not. The Josh I'm thinking of is gay. Not to dox him or anything, but he's gay. And we knew that in high school. But I'm still so fucking mad at something he did to me that I cry out of frustration. Like, I didn't fail. We were paired together on like an assignment, and he brought me down so bad. So I'm still like, Josh, if you were out there, I'm still mad about not getting a better grade in that one assignment we did together. Are you counting online friends or just IRLs? I'm counting just IRLs. You guys I love you guys. You guys are great, but I need IRL friends. I need people that I can go to a cafe and talk to people, you know? And I want to go to a cafe and talk to people. Like, everyone from high school is getting married and they have children. It's I feel like I'm socially behind in that regard. Whereas with you guys, I can just indulge my arrested development and it's chill. I'm gonna ask the card specifically about socialization in real life, not online. Online, I am in Discord servers 48 hours a day, so it's fine. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Oh, not enough room. Not enough room on the camera. 7. Okay. There's not enough room on the camera. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. What I need to know is the 9 of Swords. What's number 19? Um, oh, Justice? Oh no, it's 11, not 19. I'm dumb. And the Four of Cups. So this is what I need to know. So I'll start here with the Swords card. So we've got the Nine of Swords. The power of worry and regret. Yay! I'm seeing a line already. So we've got Justice. This is a time of karmic accounting. Whatever you have done has sown the seeds of your future. Whatever you are experiencing is the consequence of your own actions. Yay! And then the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. Dissatisfaction with reality. Yeah, that tracks. Okay, so what I need to know is these three cards. Already, I'm seeing a big connection between these two cards. My inaction is technically an action, so I am dissatisfied with my reality because I didn't do enough to do it. So this is the worry card, if I recall correctly. Let me just double check. I have the memory of a sieve. Oh my god. Nine. Precarious. Yeah, the power of worry and regret. Yeah, that already my high school, university, post-university career. I that would track. That tracks. Okay. What can I do about it? What you want? The Fool upright. This is the moment before the first step is taken. You may have an idea of where you want to end up, but you have no idea how to get there. I'm being read like a bitch. Oh my god, my wig snatched. So I guess that's true. I know where I want to be. I want to have friends that I can go to a cafe and like shoot the shit with, you know? But I don't know how I'm going to get there. And my own inaction has really paralyzed me, so I'm dissatisfied and I'm really worried about it because every other day I'm like, I'm so lonely. I need friends. I need real life friends. Okay. Number 5. The challenge is the Hierophant. Let's see. So this card is the Hierophant card. And it represents learning about faith from a trusted teacher and guide who teaches by both books and examples, helping others to live their faith in their everyday lives. I don't really know how that's the challenge. Well, I guess if you think about it, a friend is like a teacher. Like they'll teach you how to you know, exist in social situations. Okay, I can see that tracks. I'm happy to say that tracks. Okay. The next card in the spread is my strength. Y'all, what is this? Do you see this shit? No. This doesn't look like a great omen. I'm gonna be so for real. So the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a situation that is not as bad as First Sword. Okay, we're cooking, we're so back, we're so back. We've never been more back. Okay, so my loneliness is not as bad as it seems. This could be kind of what Dolly was insinuating earlier, where I'm really discounting the value of like online friendship, even though what I really do want is like IRL friends as well. So that's fascinating. I'm cooking. Okay, where it will lead. So that is the Knight of Pentacles. I'll pick him up in a minute. Just give me a minute. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Someone who acts carefully when dealing with the physical world, resources, or finances. Again, this relates to, I think it could possibly mean that if you just ask someone from school to hang out for coffee, they would say yes. Yeah, that's probably like Occam's razor, but The truth is, I remember a couple years ago, I asked a friend if he wanted to come to dinner with me. I say dinner, but also karaoke with me. I just wanted someone to sit with my bag, basically. I said I'd pay for his food. I just want a friend to hang out with. And like, he never, like, I double texted, like, I texted one day and then I waited a couple days and I was like, karaoke's tonight. You down? Like I said, I'll buy you drinks, I'll buy you food. And he's never got back to me. And I've always felt really like once bitten, twice shy about it. And so this is going really personal. I'm like telling people earlier this stream, it's like, you don't need to be super personal, but fuck it. It's my stream. I'm being personal. And like, I don't know. Like, no one ever gives me the vibe where it's like, and the only, like, where it's like they want to hang out with me. Like, because it's like we're in such different stages of our lives now. We all went to like high school together. I'm always 10 years out of high school for reference. Like next year will be the 10th year. Crazy business, by the way. What the fuck? Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry that happened to you. Like, I don't know. He's also the friend where it's like he's the guy who is the reason I cried during those fucking during dueling. So it's like he's the one who was like, "You're a freak" and stuff to my face. I'm like, "Yeah, I know I'm a freak. It's fine. We're still friends, right?" I always feel really awkward whenever I do happen to see him because we do have like mutual friends. We're from the same friend group in high school, so it's like when I see him around, it's like it's awkward. That like he's just better friends with other people now, which is fine. So I don't want to bother him. And because he was the only person in town, like the only other person I can think of, like from my former friend group, it's like she's the one who was calling me a pariah. So it's like I don't like her. So it's like I don't want to just hang out with her. But she likes me, which makes it complicated because I'm about to be a bitch just because I don't like someone. Um, and who else? And like yeah, everyone is either married with children, or they've moved like cities and towns and shit. So it's like I don't even know where they are. So it's like you, it, it, it's basically like I basically have arrested developments. Anyways, we do have one more card in this thread that I just remembered. Maybe this will help clarify things. But yeah, so this is the Nine of Pentacles. Um, Thinking too highly of oneself. I mean, in a way, like it does get to a certain point where if you commiserate too much, it is like self-inflicted and inflated ego, basically. It's like, oh, woe is me. I'm the most poor, unfortunate soul. Like, that could be, yeah. The cards are, I think you're right, Billy. The cards are literally just saying, hey, just text someone, anyone, if they want to go hang out for coffee. Like, I just feel really nervous about it because, like I said, I'm basically living in a state of arrested development. It's like I don't have a spouse, I don't have children. I am a ferret on the internet. um, well, I mean, again, this is going back as well. When I had my art exhibition at the beginning of the year, I did text a couple friends and saying like, "Hey, I've got this thing. Do you want to come?" And no one got back to me. This is a This is depressing. This also happened on my 21st birthday as well. Like, I texted everyone. I was like, hey, I'm having a birthday party. It's BYO. We'll feed you. We've got some music happening. We just want to hang out, chill. No one got back to me. Yeah. Anyways, I love my online friends. You guys are the real ones. It's like, I've always been the odd sort. Like, I mean, I'm literally a ferret on the internet reading you tarot cards. I've always been an odd one. You can also try to meet friends through volunteering in college. That's how I made friends. I do volunteer as well. I drive for Meals on Wheels, but here is the thing. I am the youngest person volunteering there by far. And the only other place I can think of which would take volunteers would be like the bloody SES. And you do not want me in the SES. I am fat and lazy. I think we also live in an age of flaking out and more people have individual values over relational values. Maybe. Like, I can understand, like I said, like, if like I don't want to bother people who have children, like they have like their responsibilities have changed. So
So I don't want them to feel like I'm basically, you know, or a teenager basically, because they've got like toddlers or whatever at home. Like I have a friend from high school, and all through high school, all through university, she swore up and down she was never having children, she was never getting married. She has a an infant child who I believe is gonna be like 1 year old soon. Could also already be 2 years old. I don't know. So it's like I just don't want to be a bother since I'm in a very different life stage to everyone else I can think of. Yeah. Like I don't get invited to weddings. I don't get invited to funerals. And you know it's a lie. The only funeral would be my cousin. Like, because my cousin was in my year at school, so that was like basically a reunion. Yeah. That was depressing. I don't know why I did that on stream in hindsight. But yeah, woe is me. I think too highly of myself because I'm the. What did I just drop on the floor? I'm the saddest ferret. Yeah, that's what's going on in my life. But I mean, I've got my next exhibition coming up next year, so that's I can use that as like a thing, as a way of saying, hey, I've got this really cool thing happening. Like people, like when I went to the show in earlier this month, I did speak to one of my friends. And it's like she's buying a house with her husband, and it's like, well, I live with my parents, so that's cool. Anyways, does anyone else want a reading? Is there anyone I haven't done a reading for yet? We can just yap about horror movies again. That was fun. I'm also gonna be honest. I'm surprised Minty hasn't been back because she was being very bothersome at the beginning of stream. I love her, of course, for it. That's part of her charm, but she was being very bothersome at the beginning of stream. Do you have a Halloween costume this year? I do not. Um, I think I've only ever bought a Halloween costume once. I bought a Little Red Riding outfit. I was gonna wear it to karaoke, but no one wanted to come with me. So, and I don't know, I didn't like the idea of going to a bar by myself in a costume. Like, cause it's like, what if I was the only person who was dressed up? That would have been really shame. 'Cause, like, not that I did drop something. I dropped the Hierophant. But yeah, like I would call myself a situationally aware person. So it's not like I don't drink alcohol, so I wouldn't have gotten like blind drunk by myself or anything. But I was just worried that if I was the only person who took the Halloween theme seriously, because again, it's Australia, we don't traditionally celebrate Halloween. But yeah, so that was back in university. And it really sucks because I bought the costume because my friends were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to karaoke. We're all dressed up together, and it's gonna be great." And then everyone flaked. But that's just because it was how like the university year pretty much ends the week before Halloween, like just in the like second to last week of October, basically. So people's like situations happen to change a lot quicker. So it's like I can't hold it against them. Um, I need another drink of water. I don't even know where I would have gone. When I was a kid, actually, I we did have this one Halloween where my parents just gave in. They're like, "Fine, you can dress up, you can walk up and down the street, and you're not asking for lollies. Instead, we're going to make you hand out lollies to anyone who wants them." And and that's my favorite Halloween. I dressed up as a witch. I made like my own hat, and I wore jeans and a t-shirt. That was my witch costume. There's like this really cute photo of me and my sisters as well. I think my sister like dressed up as a cat, so she was wearing black on black, and she had like she'd drawn on a nose and like some whiskers. We would have been like really young. I would have been like 8 at the oldest. Because again, I really loved Halloween season on TV as a kid. Disney Channel Halloween episodes literally peak, literally so peak. Like I was really influenced by that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I do have a slightly Americanized accent, because I watched too much Disney and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network as a kid. Um, so yeah. There is one house that's like all decorated for Halloween, but like there's, I think it's literally just that one house. Christmas, however, Christmas is around the corner and people will start decorating for it. Like you can already buy Christmas decorations in like the supermarket and like the malls and stuff. So that's exciting. We've already started planning our like Christmas tree and stuff. We're going for a blue theme this year, so that's exciting. And my mom texted me some pictures of some baubles, and I was like, I really like the middle one because she sent like three pictures, and two of the pictures were the same, and then there was a different bauble in the middle, and I liked that one, but she ended up buying it again. You do have a slight American accent. I think you would fit in here. I think I would. Like, I get told I have a very metropolitan personality as well until I start talking about like agriculture, and then it's like I know slightly more than the average person. So yeah. If I didn't have to buy a bloody car to replace my old one, I think there probably was a world where I would have gone to like one of to what's the thing I'm thinking of? It's in Birmingham, America, maybe. There's like a VTuber thing. What was it, that VTuber convention that was ever had like all of the VNU girls? What one was that? The Sandy was like what was it called? I literally followed it on Twitter. But I think there would have been a world where next year I would have gone to that, but now I have no money because I had to buy a car. So that sucks. I mean, a car is not a bad thing to buy. I will have that thing for a decade at the very least. So, oh, I'm getting so husky. Yeah. Off Kai, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Dolly. That's it. Off Kai. Yeah, I think that was a world where I would have gone to Off Kai next year had I not had to buy a car today. Well, not today, but I forgot to mention it. But my car is almost ready. I mean, I think I could have mm, driven it away when I put a deposit down for it, but one more week and I can have a car, so that's fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Go to work, basically. But yeah, I think I could have gone to Offkai next year because I had like the money for it, but now I don't. So that's fun. Yeah, this October has really derailed kind of the things I've been thinking about. Like, I wanted to do like more holiday next year, but I didn't really have like any concrete plans yet. And now it's like, well, I bought a car instead. Is there anything else? I want to hit the 2 hour mark before I like end stream. Now that's on the opposite side of the country for me, but you would like California, it's sunny and there's a lot to do. I think I'd like California as well because I think California has like a similar climate to Australia. Um, it's hot, it's sunny. So I think I would cope fine. Like like my sister's been to America and she went in the winter in New York City and she was like frozen the entire time. Um, yeah, I just don't know what I would do in America. Because America is so big. Like, I just don't know what I would do. Because here's the thing. The only thing I could think of is I'd want to do all the like gimmicky tourist things. I'd want to like eat all of you guys' fast food and stuff. But I'm also scared because I've heard absolute horror stories about your white bread, so I'm like scared. Yeah, I do think I would like California. I think I would want to do LA. I'd want to do all that shit. Yeah. California. I'd want to eat at a rainforest cafe. I would want to eat Sonic. I would want to eat all of that stuff. But also my geography of America is really bad. Like I was watching Cold Case like last month and it only dawned on me that Philadelphia and bloody New York City are like really close together. I thought Philadelphia was like way, 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 way further than New York City and stuff. I also thought Maine was like not also like that little clump as well at the very top. It's like it's just huge. In America, we think the entirety of Australia is bush. I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. Most of Australia is bush. Like I live in the bush, for example, because if you live in the city, that means you live on the coast, basically. So it's like there's the coast, then the bush, and then there's the real outback, and then it's just the bush, and then the coast again. Like the closer you get to the middle of Australia, the more outback it is. Like I would not describe like if you like I would think if someone said to me, "Oh, Mary, you're outback," I'd think you're a fucking idiot because I'm not. Because you know you're outback when the dirt turns red, and we don't have red dirt here. The red dirt's like another 8 hours away. We have an Australian themed chain restaurant called Outback. I'd always low key wondered that. I remember hearing about Outback when I was like a teenager, and I was like, that sounds weirdly Australian for an American business, but that tracks, honestly. We're the best. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. We are the best. Yeah, I don't think I would like America, but you guys also really scare me. Like, I feel safe in Australia. You need to visit me so I can take you to the Outback because we have one in my town. It's famous for its fried bloomin' onion. I don't like onion, but I think I know exactly what a bloomin' onion is just based off that. That is like a real fucking 70s type shit to say. That's like something an old person would say, bloomin' onion. Because bloomin' is like the slightly more polite way of saying bloody, which is the slightly more polite way of saying fucking, obviously. Fucking oath. Big stretch. Big stretch. Um, there's a voice in my head saying we need to divert back to like tarot again, but I'm too lazy to get up and get my other tarot cards to show it off. Um, I've got all my scrapbooking stuff. I've been really lazy. I printed off some stuff for my scrapbooking and I just haven't done anything with it yet. How many decks do you have? I've got Pagan Cats, Right Away, Crystal Angels, Anime. Yeah, I think it's just I think I only have 4 decks. I think I only have 4 decks, but nothing tempts me more than when I walk into a Kinokuniya in like Sydney and I see they have tarot decks. Yeah. Like I bought this one at like some kind of hippie shop. I bought my Right Away deck at a hippie shop. I bought my anime deck at Kinokuniya in Sydney. And then I bought my Crystal Angels at the markets in this little town that's like south of where I live. Yeah. The Crystal Angel deck is by far the easiest one to read because I don't need to reference the little booklet it comes with because all the cards have like the meanings like written on them at the bottom because they're like huge. They'd be like this big. They'd be like that big. But yeah, I like that deck. It reminds me of my nan. I think you would like the Joy de Vive tarot deck. That's ringing a bell. I'm gonna quickly Google it. That's ringing a bell though. Copy, paste, and go. Oh, these are cute. These are really cute. Hang on. I'll go to my internet react. Sure, this is not great, but it's fine. Oh, these are really whimsical. These are really whimsical. I'm too. Why does it say my device battery is low? I'm literally on charge and have 93%. What's going on? But yeah, these are really cute. They're like giving Wonderland. Yeah, they're giving like Wonderland. The art makes me think of you. You're so sweet. Yeah, these are really cute. If I saw these like at Kinokuniya, I would be very tempted by them. I think this deck would be easier to read if the border was removed. Interesting. Yeah, these are cute. These are cute. Mm. Oh, wrong one. Yes. Okay. I'm going to call out one more time. Going once, going twice, going one last time. Is there anyone else in chat right now who would like a tarot reading? As a reminder, followers can ask for 3 cards or 5 cards. Subscribers can ask for 7 cards or a Celtic cross. It's going once, going twice. I'll give you guys one last chance. If there's anyone in chat right now who hasn't had their tarot read already, no double dipping, sorry. Only I get to double dip because I'm selfish and still learning and stuff. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed this morning. I feel like tarot reading so much can go wrong. Like sometimes you'll just get like a completely bum steer. So I feel like I've done really well this morning where we haven't had like any bum steers. Um, where it's like, oh man, that was a dud. Whereas I feel quite good about this. Um, like every reading I felt quite confident in. Even if I really need to memorize my decks better, but whatever. Because I just kind of go through phases where it's like, oh man, I love tarot. I'll do a daily pull, easy peasy. Then other times it's like, this is too much effort. Because it really does drain you. Like, spiritual power is like a real thing. Okie dokes. Um, does not seem like we have any takers, so I'm gonna do my ending messages next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Unless something goes disastrously wrong, I should be streaming on all of those days. On Tuesday, I will be doing idle practice, idle rehearsals, kind of. I'm doing my comedy sketch. Over the weekend, I am going to try and finish my script so I can just get in on Tuesday. Practice, practice, practice. You guys have to keep me accountable because otherwise I'll probably end up doing fuck all. But I need to practice because I have the Christmas concert at the end of November. So that's very exciting. Um, I'm looking forward to it, even though it's like, man, so much work and planning and effort for like 5 minutes on stage. Tuesday, Yu-Gi-Oh. Wednesday, more Yu-Gi-Oh. And then Friday, Pokemon. I haven't decided what Pokemon they're going to play yet, so I will put like a poll on Twitter, possibly a poll on Discord, um, about like what I'm going to be doing for Pokemon. I'm kind of tempted to do another Ferret solo run because I miss Scout. I miss my baby boy. We could do it in Heart Gold Soul Silver this time because I don't believe you get access to the elemental punches in Heart Gold Soul Silver, so I'll actually have to think. I can't just punch my way through the entire game. But that'll be fun. So that could be it might be something else. Maybe I'll do a different. I want to do some sort of Pokemon challenge, not necessarily a Nuzlocke, but definitely some sort of challenge because I don't know. I'm such a crybaby. I just don't think I could do a Nuzlocke. Welcome in, Dogoran the Mad Flame Kaiju Sup. You've come at a terrible time. I'm doing like all my ending messages. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh next week, Pokemon next week, fucking comedy script. I feel like the comedy script stuff's gonna. You've been rickrolling people? My favorite decks I bought are the Micah Ulrich deck and the Golden Bottle. I need to Google these really quick. I'm just curious as to what these look like. I'm gonna Google these. Oops. I want to know what these look like. We're going back to Internet Reacts. What do these look like? Paste and go. Images. Oh, I've seen these ones actually. Yeah, I've seen these ones before. I've seen these. This is cute. I like these. I like the idea of using public domain artworks in this way. Yes, this slaps. This gets my absolute approval. Good taste. Sponsored by Subway. Okay. Okay, now I'm curious as to what this one looks like. Paste and go. Flux Arcana. Ooh, these are interesting. These are very moody. These feel very, very moody. Like they just like they have atmosphere, you know? Very different kind of vibe to the Botticelli deck, for example, or even the Joy de Vivre deck. Very, very different. Very different vibe. Honestly, good taste. You've got good taste. The image doesn't still have pretty to gold foiling. Yes. Gold foiling? I love gold foiling. Oh yeah, it's a bit hard to capture it in like but I can absolutely imagine these in gold foiling. Yeah. You have immaculate taste, my friend. Mm, mm, mm. Yes. Anyways. Oops. But like I was saying, my voice is getting husky. It's time for me to end stream. But thank you all so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I like the subtle use of it. Yeah, I really appreciate you all coming. Streams again. Hopefully they'll stay regular from here on out until probably late November. December I do tend to go into like a hibernation period. Um, it's a bit sad, but I was cataloging my stream yesterday, like recording how long it was and that kind of thing. And I noticed that I really aimed for 100 streams this year, but that's just not how it's panned out, unfortunately. Like I think I could be wrong, but this could be the 69th stream of the year. Yeah, I still appreciate you all coming, indulging me, letting me yap. We talked about horror movies. We had a nice D&M. We really did everything this morning. So thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. If you are going to join us on a raid, the raid message is, as always, wishing you a merry raidmas. You can just copy and paste that, and I will find us someone to raid. But bye bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a very good morning. Ghost says bye as well. So bye bye. Um, hmm. Oh, I want to raid Shiggies. We're going to raid Shiggies. Shiggies VT. Oh, there are two people. Actually, there are two people I really want to raid. But I feel like I never stream at the same time slot as Shiggy. So we're gonna say hi to Shiggy. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Oh wait, no. No. Cancel. Cancel. I'm sorry. There's someone else I want to raid. I want to say hi to my Umphy. Let's go say hi to my Umphy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I need to stream in the morning. Everyone streams in the morning apparently, so we're gonna go say hi to my Umphy. But don't call her that because I don't know if she remembers me.